respect. You want me to be on
Yes,
when we're
thank
talking?
you.
Okay. Okay. So what I was saying is when somebody comes to you, they recognize that some of what they are getting in listening to what you're saying and what you're teaching is bringing them something they need in within their spirit that they're not getting on their own. You recognize it and you see it and you understand that yes, you need to be under it. To sit there and tell yourself, I'm a grown person and this is the reason that you're bucking because you read some stuff in the book before you came. If you look at the war scrolls, you see the ages at which each person would be in according to them being elder. You're supposed to respect the elders, and this is something that's unspoken, especially among many different nations, we'll go ahead and call it, one being blacks. You have to have respect for the elders.
Yeah.
It's something that is big to us. So saying that he was didn't want to be disrespectful, or they were knowing they were under you. I guess I'm fumbling a little bit, but
You're doing fine.
the idea is that the spirit recognized spirit, that the elder has something that you don't have, that the Most High is giving her, because this person or whomever you're studying under has been given more of the secrets than you, which is why you came in the first place. So to use your, I'm an adult, I've been making my own decisions, cognitive dissonance reason is disrespectful, and it's also not humbling, which means you're not fully in the spirit as you should be. Less, why would you come and ask someone to teach you what it is you're not seeing, or what you see that you need to feel yourself, your true self, as you are looking. Oh, here's the other thing I forgot.
Yes,
As you're doing this, you have to realize that you have to be open, because the learning experience never ends.
never.
If you are sitting there thinking that you have all the answers,
I know. That's a
you
good
in big trouble, because you didn't cut yourself off, because there's no way that you can learn everything there is about the Most
No.
High. If this room was filled with 25 people, it wouldn't cover what could be the tip of a fingernail on the Most High as to all the fullness of what the Most High is. And we are greater together than we are separate.
Yes,
In other words, you are making Hasatan dance because you're helping with the division, because
that's
you want
right.
to have your behind on the back of your neck, or let
Yeah,
the
come
hair
on
stand out on the
now.
back of your neck. So
That's
you're making a problem, and actually what you're doing is showing that you want to hang with the tares. So maybe,
yeah.
yeah, I can see
I
wanting to
hear it.
dismiss
I hear
yourself.
it.
And
I hear the
I
sound.
have read things in the Book of Mormon, a couple things, but I uh, always keep in mind that what you're saying is that it's dead. And I think the reason it's dead is because it's stealing
Yes,
from
exactly.
where the source actually came from.
That's right. That's,
So that's something you want to look at too. So while you might see what you think is fruit there, realize it's been stolen.
that's right.
What's
Absolutely.
going on there? And that's why you're being said it's dead, because they didn't use the spirit to put it together.
I did not.
Okay.
That's the same. That's exactly. Thank you. Yeah, we're talking about people. Those who are just tuning into us. We're talking about people that come to the ministry and having a difficult time understanding leadership and why they're here, and how you said you've come to us, or you've come to the gifts that God's given the prophet for you, and you sensed it. That's why you came. Now, if you don't want to stay, you don't have to stay. We're talking about people that come and then they decide they want to disagree. And I'm not talking about just some personal, opinions. Disagree with what God's put in me for you. Uh, there's a way to do everything. And what you should do is humble yourself first, is what we're talking about.
Hallelujah.
And study a little longer. And don't think because you've been in a book for a few years that you got all the answers. Because y'all, you can't learn y'all through a book. You can learn, you can get the invitation through the book. You can get some understanding through the book, but you cannot have revelation without the Holy Spirit.
Hallelujah.
And he has given Ephesians 4, we read it earlier. He has given gifts. He calls us gifts. We're not supposed to be ruling over you. We're not supposed to be lording over you. We are people that Yah has given by the Holy Spirit in the name of Yahusha to be a blessing to you, to help you in good times and bad, to be there for you. And everything I get, I give him the glory. I don't take no glory for myself. I don't want it. I want to give it all to him. I'll get yours and give it to him too if I get a chance. But that's the way it is. And I get such love from him for that. I can sense his love. And I'll give that up for nothing and nobody. So just know that there's going to be disagreements in the family, but we are never to be hateful. We're always to be gentle. There's no reason to get ugly. That is not the spirit of the Most High, to be stubborn. You're supposed to be resilient. You're supposed to be flexible. You're supposed to listen. You're supposed to take it in and pray, worship. And if you have a problem, Yah will help. That will straighten out. And so, Sister Joanne, I should say, I really would like you to repeat what you said before we go on into worship. Could you repeat what you said? I really wanted that said again.
As I said,
thank you, Sister Candace. Beautiful. Yes.
We have folks that come into our family gathering that come in preconditions in their own mind, and a lot of times they don't respect the office. Yah puts you in that office, and with that office is responsibility. So if you're having an issue with a woman, that's your thing. But respect the office if you cannot respect the woman. In our culture, women are looked upon in a very negative way. And a lot of folks also come in with preconditions coming out of Christianity. They bring that in, and some of our brothers have issues with that.
Yes.
All they see is a woman.
Right.
They don't see the prophet.
No.
And being in the office that our Heavenly Father, Yah, has put you in, that's a heavy responsibility. And when you open your mouth, you're responsible. It's weighty. It's your life. Yah does not play with the people he puts you over. They're his. So if you're giving misinformation or being cruel or mean or dominant, you will answer.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you know that, Mother. You know
yes,
that.
I do very well.
Yeah, you know that. So I think that we all, when it comes down to it's an honor to be sitting in the presence of a prophet,
Praise
to
you.
really understand what Yah has done in you, and to glean as much as we can, so that we will be ready when that angel comes to our front door, like he did with Lot.
Yes, absolutely. Let's give Yah praise, because it is his glory. We're here for the glory of Yah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Not the glory of flesh, who said, he said, she said. That's not what we're here for. We see a growth. We see improvement in our lives. If we didn't see that, yeah, I scratch it off too. I'd be gone before you got. Hey, I'd be gone before I never would have got here. Because that's the kind of person I've always been. I will stay and listen and listen. I will stay too long sometimes. Just make sure I've got the right message or didn't get the message, whatever it is. But I can't be a part of no mess. I've never been a part of mess. I've go to help a pastor at a different church. I've been many times assistant pastor at the church. And I'll tell them when I come to be a blessing and not a mess. I come to toe the line. I come to listen. I come to be a part. I don't come here with my own agenda and you know, having confusion from something I've said in the body. I'm not that kind of person. So I wasn't like that then. So you know I'm not going to be like that now. So those of you who have a problem with me being a female, that is nothing I can do about that problem you have. That's something that you have. If you notice it's a problem, then you should go to Yah and get it resolved. And if not, then you can stay in the shape you're in. What I want to say is, you're not stopping the work of the Most High. You're not stopping me. You're not stopping anyone that's in his favor and in his light. None of these beautiful people, you're not stopping them. What you do is hurt yourself, because we're here to bless you. We're not here to mess with you. We're here to give you light. No darkness here. And if you can't see that, then I would too. I would then turn it off, move on, because you don't need to be a part of anything that's not going to help you to be a better person than what you are and to be prepared to meet the King. We're getting ready to meet the King.
Hallelujah.
And it's very serious with us. We're getting ready to meet the King. Not just any king, the King of Kings. And he's priority
Yes,
number
yes,
one.
yes.
His people are priority number two. That's the way it goes. And that's all there is to it. Nothing more, nothing left to be said.
That's in order.
That's in order.
That's
And
it.
I have my son here. He knows me. He's been around here for a long time. He's been with me 8 years. And he'll tell you, I'm the same as yesterday, today, and forever. I have not changed. I've grown. I'm sure you've seen me grow.
Great deal.
But I don't mistreat people. I don't lord over people. You in my house, do what I say, how I want it. I'm a humble woman. I try to not to, I know it's difficult living with somebody. Don't give people no hard time. Well, look at you. You're the king's children. I'm sitting in the midst of royalty. Don't you think I feel it?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
You are royalty. I don't just say that because it sounds good. You're royal.
Mhm.
You're the children of the Most High Yah, creator of everything.
On this earth. Not wait till we get to paradise.
The only thing I try to do sometimes is make convince you that that's true.
That's it.
Sometimes, other than that, I know it. That's why I try to walk circumvently around about you, making sure I don't insult you, hurt you. I sure don't try to take nothing from you. I just want to be a good servant. That's all. So for those of you who have we will be praying for you who feel in your heart was a person that we were discussing earlier. We won't mention names, but just someone that will not be with us any longer. We will miss them and we will be praying for them. There is no harm and no foul. All right. And we're here. We're going to be a family regardless. That's the way it's going to be.
Hallelujah.
All right. We're going to let that go now. Yes, Brother Anthony.
I just had a thought.
Don't stand up. They can't see you. So dark back there. Turn the light off a little bit. I don't like the light too bright. A little bit more. Yeah, there you go. That's good. Now stand over there and see about Pop, see if they can see you. All right there.
Right there.
I just had this thought drop into my spirit, so I wrote it down because if I didn't, I would get jumbled up. But I wrote this.
All
The
right.
journey to perfection will lead into eternity when you humble yourself to take the trip Yahusha has put before you.
Say it again. It's too fast.
Yeah. The journey to perfection will lead into eternity when you humble yourself to take the trip that Yahusha has put before you.
That's the key, isn't it?
I get you.
That's very good.
That's right.
You,
Let him drive.
this is a humbling walk.
Right, that's
This is
right.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
The spirit drop.
That just came in his spirit.
That's it.
You gotta. I have to use that old poker term. Though I've never played a game of poker in my life. You gotta know when to hold them.
Yeah.
That's what discernment is, and you gotta know when to fold.
Right.
Study. And study. Hallelujah.
You gotta know when to come, and you gotta know when it's time to go. You hear what I say?
Hallelujah.
Yes, you do. And when you get that down, can't nobody do nothing against you. You don't have to see them coming. You'll smell them coming and have your answer for them when they get there.
Hallelujah.
That's who you are. So without any more time with that, I'm going to, since you had such a wonderful, who haven't I had to pray for a while? I got to get somebody in here. Y'all wants me to start using you all more. So who haven't been praying lately? Who wants to pray? Haven't prayed for a while. Pray, open up this. Leslie, you ain't done it. Get over here. Have you done it lately?
Nope. I said I'll pray.
I didn't hear you.
I said no. I've never prayed. I said I'll pray.
Nope.
But it's like I heard. I didn't hear
What
you.
happened?
It was so funny because I said, Leslie, I said, who's gonna pray? And then I said, well, Leslie, you pray. You said, I was saying I'll pray. And I said, well, I didn't hear you, but I know somebody heard you because I called on you to pray. That's what I'm saying.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Yeah, I unmuted myself.
You understand what I'm saying? Isn't that beautiful? All right, sweetheart. We're gonna put this is an honor to pray. You know, this is an honor to take the children of the Most High before the throne of their Father, and we honor that position. And so we turn this into the capable hands. Sister who loves the Most High, and she is so enthusiastic about loving Him and obeying Him. And she got a story, I tell you, a testimony. So we're going to let her bring us into get this gathering officially with a prayer. Would you do that now, sister? And then you'll be ready.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. And Mother, also, I should tell the family, you guys all know my testimony, but there was a time in the beginning when everything went down that my dad had asked me, because remember, he didn't come into my life until I was an adult. And so he had asked me when all this happened, he's like, what's it like to be you? I mean, how do you deal with all this stuff? I can't, you know, he even pleaded with the judge, like, it's my fault. Can I do it for her? She has so much life to live. You know, he was one of those type of dads. And so I told him that because I would get so emotional talking about it, I put it in a poem. So I went out to my storage and I found the poem. So when we have time, I'll read that.
We got time right now.
You know how I came to my personal encounter with Yahusha.
Well, we got time. Go ahead. That can be.
You want me to read it now?
That can be the prayer.
Okay.
Sure, that's prayer.
But now it's
what?
There's portions that's
read the poem.
Okay.
Give
so
y'all
the name of the poem is called Should It Matter? And it says, all things work together for good for them that love Yahuwah, to them who are called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. And I said, should it matter as a child? I felt deprived of parental nourishment or a spiritual side, void of maternal love and inner peace, plagued by shame, guilt, and grief. Some of it's hers, some of it's mine, some of it's his, or just Father's time. And yet the clock keeps ticking, never to be rewound, enough to see if what was lost could ever be found. Should it matter? I got hurt and in turn hurt back by destroying my mind and my body with abominable acts, drinking the drink, trying to stay high, and snorting cocaine to enhance my sex drive, numbing myself from me every second to escape the self-loathing that is forever present. Should it matter? I got bigger, yet my mind stayed still, harboring survivor skills of a tormented kid, distorted thought patterns and overwhelming emotions, suspicious and paranoid of all acts of human love and attention. What is past or future, the now or the present, before and after, or predestination, and even perhaps reincarnation? In my head, it all collides into one big scene, as in a silent and yet loud scream. Is it reality or just a dream, or both combined on the same screen? Should it matter where I come from or where I've been, where I'm going or how it all ends? The things I've done from start to finish, I wonder if it's the end or my beginning. Somehow I don't think it's finished until I stop breathing. But perhaps even then there's another dimension. Should it matter what I want, need or desire to be? If I live or die after taking a life of which I had no right, utterly destroyed by the who, what, when, where, and whys of how I became who I most despise. Oh, now I've really done it. So much pain and suffering. I'm so alone and in really big trouble. I'm suffocating in this dank, cold, and dark cell with nowhere to run and no money for bail. Should it matter when I did finally yell for help that the place was silent and seemed desolate. I pushed the emergency button to request a phone call, but the only response was my own echo. Once again, I started feeling buried alive and began searching for ways to end my life. But in my darkest hour, with a tear-stained face, something strange and yet wonderful began to take place. It tugged at my heart and nudged at my shoulders, and against my own will, it caused me to kneel and bend over. With arms reaching out and my face to the floor, it was only then I heard a knock at the door. I said, "Help me, please. I can't get up or move. If you can get in, please take me with you." That's when I heard it in barely a whisper. Then came feelings of peace, comfort, and forgiveness. He said, "Be still, my child. It is it." I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
He said, "Be still, my child. It is I that am present, as I've always been from the very beginning." Today I knocked and you finally heard me, invited me in to come to your rescue. You've done your part. Now I'll take it from here. In choosing me, you can begin to heal. Repent, my beloved, and surrender your life unto me, that I be forever in you and you forever in me.
Hallelujah.
And with a hand so gentle, I surely felt the ice around my heart begin to melt. He said, "Forgive yourself, daughter, for you are forgiven." So I went one further and forgave my enemies. From now on and forever, Yahusha lives in me. So I'm never alone and in the very best company. Should it matter, today I am a child of Yahuwah. In spite of the horrible things I've done, washed in the blood of Yahusha and made clean to one day join my Creator in eternity. Should it matter? Absolutely. He is all that matters.
Yes, it does.
All praises to the Most High Yah in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach by Leslie R. Rich.
And rich it is. Rich, my child.
WF Women's Facility.
Well, honey,
Hallelujah.
yeah, with facility or not, that's rich.
That's rich.
Hallelujah. sister.
And
Hallelujah.
that was what,
Hallelujah.
you see how the Spirit
Hallelujah.
moves? See how the Spirit moves? You're supposed
Hallelujah.
to read that. And I didn't know anything about it, but y'all did.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And y'all
Yeah,
turned
there's
my
a lot
attention
of
right
layers.
on his daughter Leslie to read that beautiful poem in the
Hallelujah,
place of
hallelujah.
the prayer that is a prayer. If that's not prayer, what is prayer? Yes, Sister Joanne.
Hallelujah.
I just want to say to my sister, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
And we're honored that Yah gave you to us.
Hallelujah.
Yes, we are.
Oh, back at you. Thank you. I love you guys so much.
We love you too, Leslie.
Love you.
Hallelujah. That's
Oh,
deep.
we love you so much.
Love you.
Yes, Sister Leslie, we love you.
Oh,
Oh,
I love you too.
sound like a little robot down there.
Oh,
Love him. A little late. Thank you, Leighton. We love you, dear. And
I love you too.
yeah,
Mother.
when you hear that you hear a soul. You hear a soul talking. That's what you
Hallelujah,
hear.
hallelujah.
That's what we don't hear enough of in this world. You can't hear it out there. You got to hear what Yah opens the door and allows you in to hear. And it touches the soul. Brother Anthony's just broken.
Hallelujah. That's a deep subject.
Yah has, we received that, sister. We received you a long time ago, but now we received that beautiful.
That's a beautiful gift.
And, you'll have to maybe read that again sometime, because that can't just be a one-time read.
That's a gift.
It's not only a gift. You know what that is? That's setting somebody free.
Hallelujah.
Somebody's listening to this and relating to what you just said, and they are getting some hope stirred up now, like you. That's ministry, dear,
Yes, it is.
by the Ruach HaKodesh. Set apart spirit, Holy Spirit. Thank you so much. And we're
But you
gonna-
know how people say, I know that I know that I know. And I used to be like, yeah, right, whatever, when I was out there in the world. And then, but now I can honestly say that. I know that I know that I
Yes,
know
you
he
do.
is real.
and sometimes you have to go through these pains. You have to go through these
To
trials
learn.
to learn that.
And you're
If
right.
you hadn't,
That'll
you
do
wouldn't
it.
be on your face to the ground that day.
Hallelujah.
You still
That's
think
right.
you could get by with something. You can get along without y'all. But he brought you to a place, allowed you to get there. He didn't have to allow you. He could have just snatched your life out, let your life go.
Could have been lost.
But you
in
had
darkness.
his hand was on you all along. He told you that.
Hallelujah.
So even though you did some mad, mean, nasty things, we all have. Some worse than others. Who can count? Who knows the values? It's up to you. But yet, when y'all have his hand on you,
Hallelujah.
he know that's coming a reckoning day.
Mhm.
And that reckoning day is that day that you are able to see him, to hear him knock at the door, as you say, and to receive that knock and say, I'm yours. Hook, line, and sinker, body, mind, and soul. If you can't come to y'all like that, he hasn't called you. Do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
This ain't no supper club. This ain't no Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. Put your hand up and say an oath and you're in. This is real. And if he don't call you, you cannot come.
Right.
So he was the knocker, all right, because if he didn't knock, that would have been that
Hallelujah.
Right.
all over. I thank y'all for you, Lester,
Yes.
for the gift you are to us.
Bless
Just
you.
a bowl of sunshine.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. You would know everything you've been through, the bowl of sunshine you are to this group of family.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes, you are. You something else. Gets on it, text me them long questions and stuff. Oh,
That's the goofy.
what is this? What is that? I said, oh my goodness, what's wrong with that child? Stop drinking so much coffee in the morning. Maybe that's
Say, I'm your special project.
it's all right. Keep on doing it. It's all it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm needed. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love to be needed. People don't like to feel that way, but I love to feel needed. I believe it's an asset. It's beautiful. Thank you so much.
And you gave that to your daughter too, Heather, bless her heart. She finally got me on signal
She got you. I know she's
yesterday.
a wonderful daughter. I love that young lady so much.
She's a sweetheart.
She's sweet and she's so bright. Yeah,
And patient. She's so patient.
Heather Perron, she has a blog. I got to, she haven't even got on her own blog. She got a blog. You just look her up on Facebook and go in and listen to her blog. She's got some beautiful teachings on there. And you will enjoy her. She got some depth to her teaching. And I love her with all my heart. Wouldn't trade her in for nothing. And you enjoy her. If you see her on blog, you please tune in and listen to my daughter. Her name is Heather Perron. And go into Facebook. You'll find out what time her blog is. All right. You'll love her some more. I love all my children. I have the best children.
I love you, family.
Wide world. And you all.
We love you too.
When I pray for my family, you right there. You're my family. I thought about that today. I said, oh, I want to pray for my family. I said, oh yeah, my family. I got a wider family. Just a few I got some family. So you're all in my prayers. I'm in yours. We're all one in Yahusha.
Yeah.
All right. I love that. Thank you so much. And now we're gonna have the shofar. If can you do that right now? Because you got so emotional behind what you were saying.
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna. All right. He felt your words so deep.
Oh, Brother Anthony.
He's over a week.
Oh, come on. Push it, brother. Push it.
Hallelujah!
We'll take it. We'll take it.
I think y'all start with his head, but he likes to keep going.
There you go. Come on.
Oh, he's got determination.
Yes.
Relax.
Keep practicing.
That's it. I think you did your best to
You did
begin.
all right. You did it.
I think, yes, he did good, and he's getting better all the time.
He
And one
is.
day, you know how loud it is when it gets loud. Can you imagine? It's gonna be deafening one day. And who knows, you might be calling them angels in, brother.
Okay, bringing them on.
Did y'all see that the picture of those lights in the sky that were so fast and they were doing formations and they were moving too fast for anything a man could make? I sent you on Signal. Make sure you pick up. I think it's called the two preachers video, and please pick it up and look at it. And
Okay.
look at all of them. And I mean, you get to the end, and first you say you can see it's not debris. It's not some of those satellites falling out of the sky, because they were like going, and then they would stop, and they would formate, and then it would take off, and one would pull. They said, "What is that?" I said, "Oh, them chariots." I really believe.
And I counted them. There was 9.
There were 9. You count them?
9.
Oh,
Wow.
they were awesome. I know I've seen a lot of lights.
Wow.
They didn't move me. These moved me. I said, something's going on with these here for sure that I could pick up in my spirit. I said, "Oh, Father, you getting close to sending Yahusha back." I just know that's signs.
Yes.
Signs and wonders
Please,
that we will see in the sky. Signs and wonders. And our Abba's making sure we get plenty of
They're
it.
here.
Did you see this? The one I sent, the same one. The sky was on fire.
I was trying, let's see.
You got to look at the videos I'll be sending y'all, because they're really something to see. Behold, they're the works of the Most High. Those are His tools. So please pick them up. Those of us who are here in this gathering on Zoom, you all please make sure, if you're not on Signal, you haven't been responded to, let me know. Email me and let me know so I can get you on there, because we do give a lot of valuable information all through the week, so we still stay connected and by getting out information. And then also the email is available to you, so you're not alone. I'm going to put the email too for all of you out there in YouTube land, I call it. If you want to reach us by email, or you can go in our website, www.Yahushascall, all in one word, .com. Real simple. And then at the very bottom of page, of the last page, you can actually fill it in and send, and we'll get that in the email as well. So it's really easy to remember, www.Yahushascall.com, and we'll get your information. All right, at this time, I'm going to turn into my very capable hands of my husband. Birthday today, and I love him very much. And he can worship now. I know
I saw where you posted to me that I posted something about a tsunami warning, and it looks like it crossed out yours.
What?
I saw where you had sent me something. I hadn't been able to watch it yet, but Nicole also posted something.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna take those out.
Now yours is gone. I just have
That's
Nicole.
good. Yeah, because I took it out because I want you to start using the Yahusha's call and not Myra, not the personal side of the house.
With the striped dress on, right?
Yeah, but it's still Yahusha's call.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at in Signal.
Right.
But you had sent something, and
That's
I didn't
because
get to
I was
watch
trying
it.
to. Yeah, that's because I was just trying to reach you at that time, because that's the only way you could get any information from me.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm
so
going
that's
to go
how it
ahead
works.
and take it out. So you're back.
So it doesn't stay there.
No, it's just was temporary. It stays there if I don't take it out, but we don't need that. We're going to communicate through the Yahusha's call.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right, sweetheart.
Get it on.
Okay, we got that. Okay, sweetie. Oh, we got the bongos. All right. Here goes the bongos. Here goes the guitar string. Yeah, we're gonna worship the master, and our offering we bring. So mindful of me that you hear me. You hear me when I call. Is it true? You are thinking of me. That you love me. Oh, he sure enough love us. It's amazing. So amazing. So amazing, so amazing,
so amazing,
so amazing,
it's amazing.
really amazing.
I am a friend of God.
I am a friend of
I am
God.
a friend of God.
I'm a friend of
We are friends of God. He calls us friends.
friends.
Oh, yes, you know. We are friends of God. Friends of God, yeah. We are friends of God. Yes, we are. We are friends of God. He calls us friends.
He calls us friends. So mindful of us, that you hear us when we call. He's thinking of us.
You love us.
Oh, he loves us.
It's amazing.
So amazing.
So amazing.
So amazing.
It's amazing. Oh,
Oh, we are friends of God. Friends of God.
call us friends. Oh, yes, he does. We are friends of God.
Such a friend of God.
We are friends of God.
Such a friend of God. He calls us Yeah. Yeah. Hallelujah. Let's see, can I get a little close on him? I'm gonna turn it a little. I hope I don't disconnect nothing. Okay. There you go.
I see him good on speaker view.
Oh, good. Okay. Hey, I can come out of the picture. Let the brothers have it. Go ahead.
No, 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 no. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. They won't work. No, 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 no. He's already done what he said he's gonna do.
What is it?
Stand by his word. Yes, he will now. He will come through.
For you.
No weapon formed against us shall prosper. It won't work. No, 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 no. You're already done.
It's already done.
Said he's gonna do.
What he said he would do.
I agree that he should lie. He will come through. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. They won't work. No, 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 no. Already done.
It's already done.
He said he's gonna do.
What he said he's gonna do.
Stand by his word. Yes, he will now. He will come through.
For you.
No weapon shall prosper.
No, no.
They won't work. No, 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 no. Already done. Already done. Said he's gonna do.
What he said he would do.
Not a man that he should lie. No, no, no. He will come through.
For you.
No weapon formed against us shall prosper. So never prosper.
Never prosper.
No, 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 no. My enemy, I was standing ground with y'all by my side. For the stand they said that would succeed. No weapon, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. It won't work. No, 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 no. Already done. It's already done. I said he's gonna do. He will stand by his word. I guess he will now. He will come through. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Shall never prosper. It won't work. No, 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 no. No weapon shall prosper. It won't work. No, 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 no. Y'all already done. He's already done. He said he's gonna do. He's not a man that he should lie. He will come through. No weapon shall prosper. They won't work. No, 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 no. Y'all already done. Already done. He said he's gonna do. He's not a man that he should lie. He'll come through. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Never, never prosper. It won't work. No, 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 no. Oh, true.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
I sense the
hallelujah,
Spirit
hallelujah.
in here.
Hallelujah.
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 Hallelujah. Glory. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
No weapon. formed
He's
against
good.
us shall prosper.
I thank y'all.
Because he loves us. Hallelujah.
Yes, he does. He loves
Thank you
us.
for another birthday. Hallelujah.
You want to tell?
84.
Why don't you give
Hallelujah.
them a little testimony
Hallelujah.
saying thanks to the Most High
Hallelujah.
for that's y'all baby giving him a hug.
I made
Oh,
that 84.
that's his
Hallelujah.
papa. Go ahead, honey. You want to testify, sweetie?
I want to thank y'all for the years that he brought me through, and I'm a testimony. He will keep you if you want to be kept.
Hey.
I wanted to be kept when I got born again, and I'm still being kept. Hallelujah. May I say preserved. Hallelujah. He preserved me and keep me as an apple of his eye. I love that. I love to praise my Savior. And that sister brought out something in her point. When we worship, we can hold our face down to the floor in honor of who we serve. Oh, listen. That's honorable. That's honorable. That's
Hallelujah.
Whoa, you keep writing them points like that. And it's a blessing to be able to see the result in your life, what you do, what's being done to you.
Yes.
What is going on in your life? And no wonder the scriptures are studying to show yourself approval, a workman under y'all that you need not to be ashamed. You know what's inside of you. Hello, somebody. You know what.
Hello.
Oh, that light is burning in you and shining, and nothing can change that. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hello, somebody. You can't change it.
You can't change it.
And you don't have a hell or heaven to put somebody.
Nobody in. Keep your mouth off of
I
y'all
get
folks.
excited because I'm free and I get carried away. Hello, somebody.
He's so loving.
But
Hallelujah.
I thank y'all for his many blessings that he bestowed upon me. And I can tell anybody, if you want to live a long life, a pleasing life, become involved with who should get him in your life.
Yes.
Accept him for who he is.
Yes.
Hallelujah. He is life. And more abundantly. Oh, listen, that's extra.
Hallelujah.
That's an attitude. Hallelujah. And I'm grateful if you want to live long and don't want to die. That's what you don't want to do. Want to live because of who should want you to live. He's alive and well, and I'm telling you the truth, and you can check him out, and you'll find the truth.
Thank you, Father.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. I think we're gonna start a tradition.
Hallelujah.
Since we don't throw shindigs and
I
stuff.
get excited.
Oh, I don't blame you. I get excited too if I was 84 and look as good as you.
Oh, I don't know.
That's a good looking man over there. 84.
Thank
I
you.
wouldn't tell too many folks they wouldn't know by looking at him. He's got a lot of energy. He's healthy. I did pray for a man healthy now. You can get a man young, but that don't mean he's healthy. Keep that in your mind. A lot of young folks gone.
Hallelujah.
Yes, brother. Brother Lewis.
That's my brother.
Yes.
That's his
You
brother.
know,
There you go.
we have to appreciate scripture.
Yes.
Scripture says, Yah gives anyone that lives up to that age extra mightiness within the body.
Yeah.
So you know, and we know that our brother is blessed
And highly favored.
because there are not many
That's right.
who make it that far.
A royal priesthood.
That's it.
Yes, in addition to it. So you're blessed, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Come on
Thank
over
you.
here.
Thank
Anthony,
you.
you pull up.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Thank you.
At
So
least
much.
right there on the end so you can see it.
Thank you. I don't feel my age.
When he gets over here, you have to go over there. So he can
I don't feel my age.
All right, we're gonna get started now. We thank you. I think we're gonna start a new tradition. We don't give shindigs for birthdays. Let's start doing this. When it's your birthday, you have to testify.
Praise God.
Does that sound fun? If it's your birthday, if you have, then you
I
need
gotta get used to that because I haven't been celebrating birthdays because it was supposedly,
oh, that's
what heathens do. So
They celebrate it. We give God the honor and glory for it. That's the two different things. The testimony is not throwing a shindig. It's telling y'all thank you for another year. That I've been blessed to be here. That's
We
all.
celebrate.
Yes,
birthday every year.
brother Lewis.
Yes.
Go ahead, unmute.
All one, okay.
Okay, you're
Yeah, I'm
okay.
unmuted.
All right.
All of us should remember, if we make it, if
That's
he causes us to make it for every year,
Yes.
we give praise to Yah.
Yeah, that's what we do.
We celebrate Yah.
God, not us.
Preach it, preach it,
That's who we
Give him the
celebrate.
glory.
preach it, preach it.
Another
Because
day.
with that being said, he'll give you more.
That's
because
right.
He recognized your praises unto him.
Know where your year,
for
where
another
the year
year.
come from. That's it.
Give 'em a-
oh yes, I always thank him for another year and for
Yeah.
another year of my children and all of that. But as far as like the celebrations and stuff, I haven't done any of that since
We don't do that
2018.
either. Yeah, we're not doing celebrations,
We
but
live it.
we can
live it
celebrate
every day.
Yah. We can celebrate him. And but we don't have to get into the flesh and with all the expense and all that stuff. It's not necessary. We had a lovely, what my husband wanted, he wanted some pancakes. And he
In
wanted,
bed?
and he got,
Thank
no,
God.
he didn't get, no, wait a minute now, sister. Anyway, no. You're going too
You
far.
didn't give him breakfast in bed?
How you want it, on a tray or throw it at you? Well, which one? In the bed. I don't know which one. Anyway,
Hallelujah.
no, I gave it to him here at the table watching the Lone Ranger. He likes the Lone Ranger, so I sit him
Yeah,
up
that
here in
was
front of
special.
the computer because he said, I've never been. My husband's so precious. You know,
Thank you,
he,
God.
he sat here in front of the big PC, and I was in the kitchen, which you can see from here. And he was watching, and I was showing him how to, when a commercial, how to click it to get off the
Teaching the
commercial,
computer.
showing him how to pause, showing him how to pause and start. He was over here giggling, y'all. He was so, he was so humble. He was so humble, y'all. He was enjoying his PC. And he said, I've never done this before in my whole life.
Wow.
On his 84th birthday, he was punching buttons over here on the computer.
Teaching the computer.
And he was so happy. I could hear it in his voice. It was wonderful
It
to
was
hear.
exciting.
Someone who has been deprived of education and treated so badly the way he comes from the South. I mean, Jim crowed him out of there at 9, 10 years old. I mean, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that it fills your heart.
But I made it.
He made it.
I made it.
That's right.
And
Hallelujah.
he made it.
I'm surprised you didn't record it, Mother.
Happy
I'm
birthday.
surprised you didn't record it.
No, it's in here. It'll go with me forever. I'll never
That's
forget it.
right.
Yeah.
That was a lesson.
So anyway, let's go one chapter tonight, chapter 42 of Jasher. All of you have sister, where is she at? Oh, there she is, Tangela. We love you. We didn't get a chance to say hello. And Sister Tracy, I think, I don't know if I got a chance to greet you. We love you. So happy you're here. I know I did, Sandra, but I want to say it again for Sandra. We love you, Sister Sandra. And we're so happy that you join us. You're precious in God's sight, and you're precious in our sight. And you're just a gift to us. And we recognize you. We see who you are. We see your spirit. And we're very blessed to have you want to be a part of this gathering. Thank you. Of course.
That's right.
Yeah, all of you are so precious. I have to keep telling you that because I feel it. And I have to tell you what I'm sensing in my spirit. I'm pouring Yah's love out on you because he wants me to continue telling you how much he loves you.
Hallelujah.
Oh, thank you, Tracy. I do. I love you, but I just keep wanting to relate to you how important you are to your Father. He's gonna take care of you. You hear what I'm saying? I don't care what you go. I had some pains this week. I'm telling y'all, but y'all blessed me with Sister Joanne when she told me to get that MSM. You will help us one to the other. I got it too. I took it for the first time just now. It came in the mail today. And I said, Father, I'm gonna be all right on it. Because y'all don't know how I was feeling. Because I'm gonna be all right, huh? Yeah, you're gonna be just fine.
Hallelujah.
And I want to tell all of you, Sister Joanne, Sister Sarah, Sister Tangela, Brother, I'll name all of you still, Brother Lewis, Brother Johnny.
Royal family.
Jermaine,
Oh, it's beautiful.
my husband, my brother Anthony, Sister Leslie, and Sister Nicole, and the family, and all my beautiful Sister Candace, and Sister Nikita, and Barbara, and Sandra, and Tracy, and there's Brother Leighton. All of us are going to be just fine. And those that hadn't been able to join us tonight, you're going to be just fine too. And all of those that are spread across this world, this four corners of this earth, you're going to be just fine. All right. The Father got you. He got you.
Yes, thank you for that.
That's the truth. Thank you. All right.
Thank
Chapter
you.
42, the book of Jasher. We're just going to hit that one. And I think they'll let you go because we've had a good family time today, and that's good. Don't forget Wednesday, who's going to be here? Not Wednesday, Sunday. First day I call it. Who's going to be here today, that day? Remember?
Barbara.
That's it, Barbara.
Yeah.
What I miss? Mr. Barbara, did you want to say anything? Well, she already did. Go back and listen to the last tape. She kind of sets it up a little bit. Do you want to say anything? Oh, you sure? You're so pretty. What you gonna say there, lovely?
On Sunday, we'll see what the Lord says.
Ah, that's good better.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. She's going to
Thank
bring
you.
us a word. Don't miss Sunday. And that is, I hate to say the word, but it's what it is. First day is on the 20th.
20th.
So make
Yes,
sure
sir. That's a big day for the Hebrew calendar.
all right. So
As they know it. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, man. We didn't know, but y'all knew. See there?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm learning too. We all learning. This is learning.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Sister Barbara.
Okay.
I'll be our main speaker on the 20th.
Yeah.
All right. Chapter 42. I guess this fan is getting to me. Woo, but I need it. I turn it out low. Here, you got your page.
I'm on it.
I got it. End up
Page 164.
164. And for those who are just joining us on YouTube, this is the book we use. I try to remember. Sometimes I do forget. I do to put the book in the comment. In the description, because a lot of times I'm putting so many scriptures and things in there. But this is the book we use. You can get it on Amazon. Well, let me read it to you because the glare is kind of there. It is. Okay, let me read it to you. It's called The Researcher's Library of Ancient Texts, Volume 1. The Researcher's Library of Ancient Texts, Volume 1, the Apocrypha. All right, and you can get that on Amazon. This day last time I checked, they had them. All right. If not, try thrift books. They're pretty good. All right. Let's move right along. Oh, I love you too, my little tangerine, sweetie pie. All right. And they went and sat on the opposite side, about the distance of a bow shot. And they sat there to eat bread. Now you know what's just happened. We got poor Joseph weeping in the pit where we left off. And his brothers, they used to be our heroes. Now we got a sour taste now in our mouth, but we understand that this is the will of the Most High. There's bitter and sweet in life.
Yes, it is. That's part of it.
And they went and sat on the opposite side about a bow shot, and they sat there to eat bread. And whilst they were eating, or while they were eating, they held counsel together, had a conversation going. You know, we used to love to sit. You know, that comes back from way back then. We like to get in little groups on the front porch or under a tree. Our folks, this is part of our culture. Couldn't figure out why. Even on the old men would get together and sit on some chairs, middle of front of the barber shop, you know, and tell stories, and we just had that in our culture. And we love to rock, get some rocking. You see, usually you see some rocking chair or two on the front porch, a swing. And we like to gather on the front porch as a people and just talk and laugh together as a family, and going in and out, getting fresh lemonade to bring out to That's your culture. And it started way before we even thought about it.
Yes, yes.
We would get together and go out to the park and eat, and we were content with that without being harassed, you know. So they're there gathering, eating and talking, counseling together. What was to be done with Joseph? Whether to kill him or bring him back to his father. They debate. Well, man, what you think? Yeah, I don't know. You know he's gonna talk. He's gonna tell Papa what we just did to him. You know that. You know how they was talking back and forth. We gonna all be in trouble.
Big trouble.
They were holding a council, huh? When they lifted up their eyes and saw, and behold, there was a company of Ishmaelites. Y'all remember Ishmael?
Their cousin.
That's a brother.
Brothers. Yeah, brothers, yeah.
Yeah, Ishmael was a half brother, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Of an Egyptian, huh? Named Hagar. Is that right?
Yeah,
All
Hagar.
right, that's right. And so they were coming at a distance by the road of Gilead, going down to Egypt. They heading to Egypt.
Yeah.
Where you going? Oh, I'm going to whatever
Egypt
big
was
city
a hot
around
spot.
you. You know, everybody go to
Yeah.
Memphis. Everybody go to
Yeah.
hey New York. the big town. All right. All right. And Judah said unto them, what gain will it be to us if we kill our brother? Might as well say the word. Peradventure, Yah
Praise
will
to
require him from us if we do that. So think about it now. We got somebody else to consider here. And so this then is the counsel proposed concerning him, which you shall do. He didn't say I'm gonna take no vote.
No.
Judah, that's our dad. That's our
Yeah.
great. Okay, Judah. All right. He the one was going after everybody by himself. He was leading the pack. So he bad to the bone. Okay. And what he was telling him is it's not gonna do no good to kill him. And y'all's gonna require his blood at our hands, is what he was saying. So this is what you're gonna do, he said. Behold, this company of Ishmaelites going down to Egypt. Now therefore come, let us dispose of it to them, and let not our hand be upon him, and they will lead him along with them. Y'all always got a ram in the bush. You see,
Praise
Reuben had
God.
to take off. He was going to come back and get Joseph out, take him back to his father. But while he was gone, they still maybe think about
Took him
killing
out.
him. But Judah steps in. He got a plan. He said, well, we don't want to kill
Yeah.
this young man. Maybe we better just not get in trouble with Yah. Maybe we just better sell him off. Now, this is what you're going to do. Yah will get somebody there
Rescue.
to rescue you.
Amen.
It may not look like a rescue,
You have it.
but it is. All right.
He saved you.
He'll save you.
Yes, he
All
did.
right. So now therefore come, let us dispose of him. Verse 4. To them, and let not our hands be upon him, and they will lead him along with him. Take him with him. Take him with him. And he will be lost amongst the people of the land. He's gonna be lost. How many of you know you can't get lost when it comes to Yah? Hallelujah! You can take me anywhere you want to take me, but I know my father know where I'm at. I'm not, And he will be lost amongst the people of the land, and we will not put him to death with our own hands. And the proposal pleased his brethren, and they did according to the word of Yahudah. You know, we've been leaders all along. This is the kingly tribe. We're leaders. And most of Yehudi that are here in the United States, most of us are Yehudi, not necessarily. There's some Yasharites here too, but we're basically on the slave trade. They were basically of the tribe of who? Judah or Yehudah. That's why we always say that, because here in the Americas and the islands, most of us are Yehudi. All right. And whilst they were a while, and while they were discoursing about this matter, and before the company of Ishmaelites had come up to them, 7 trading men of Midian passed by them. And as they passed, they were thirsty. And they lifted up their eyes and saw the pit in which Joseph was immersed. And they looked, and behold, every species of bird was upon them. Now, wait a minute, let's read this again. So they lifted up their eyes and saw the pit where Joseph was immersed, and they looked, and behold, every species of bird was upon them. And the Midianites ran to the pit to drink the water. Now, what do you think the bird was? I think it's spirits.
That's what I believe.
I believe
In
it's
that pit.
spirits.
Can't see in the pit.
You know, they call spirits, evil spirits, birds. Did you know that? He's of every wicked bird, every wicked spirit is another way of saying bird. Bird spirit, yes. We'll run into it again. That's my take. And these Midianites ran to the pit to drink water, and they thought that it contained water. And on coming before the pit, they heard the voice of Joseph crying and weeping in the pit. And they looked down into the pit, and they saw, and behold, there was a youth of comely appearance and well favored. I want you to underline that word comely. I always made it like Yahusha was comely looking in appearance, like he was ugly. They use the word comely like it's kind of homely looking. No, comely was attractive. Because I know Joseph was sharp, he was an attractive young man. And they say that Yahusha was a comely person. They have two different views of him. One, he's comely, and one, you wouldn't want to too much even pay him too much attention. I think people are just confused. Let's go on. I don't think y'all put together something ugly. That's just my take on it. You don't have to be the finest thing in town, but I maybe just an average fella. But I know he wouldn't go down, but something you wouldn't want to look at. You understand what I'm saying? No. All right. So they saw him weeping, and he was comely in appearance, well favored. You could tell he was this wasn't no piece of junk in here.
No, he wasn't joking.
And they called unto him and said, "Who art thou? And who brought thee hither? And who placed thee in this pit? Who brought you here? And who put you in this pit? In the wilderness?" And they all assisted to raise up Joseph, and they drew him out.
Yes.
Brought him up from the pit. It wasn't in the 66 books.
No, he wasn't.
And took him and went away on their journey and passed by his brethren. So they had Joseph with the Midianites. They went right on. Remember, they were quite a distance from the pit. Remember, they were arrows. You know, they can shoot them arrows. So it was quite a bit distance from the pit. So they didn't even see that these Midians draw Joseph up. All right. And now they passed by him. All right. They just thought it was just another caravan going by. Okay. And these said unto them, "Why do you do this? To take our servant from us and go away." So they said, "Why are you stealing our slave?" They says this is their brother. All right. "Surely we placed this youth in a pit because he rebelled against us, and you come and bring him up and lead him away. Now then, give us back our servant or our slave." Another way of saying slave.
Yes, yes.
And the Midianites answered, said unto the sons of Jacob, "Is this your servant, or does this man attend you? Peradventure you are all his servants."
Even they know.
This man don't like he's serving you at all.
Wow.
Are you kidding us? Huh? So he said, "You kidding us? This man attend you? Is this your servant, or does this man attend you? Peradventure you are all his servants." And that's correct. Y'all will always send a witness to what he tell you. That dream is still coming to pass. Ain't nothing you can do about it. It's there. All right. "For he is more comely and well favored than any of you." This is like the cream of the crop. What you talking about? He's your servant. "And why do you all speak falsely unto us? We see you lying." Anyway, this young fine looking fella, well kept, skin is smooth and silk. Huh? Come on now. Hair thick, got some beautiful dreadlocks. Are you to lost your mind? All right. "Now therefore we will not listen to your words, not attend to you. For we found the youth in the pit in the wilderness, and we took him. We will therefore go on.
Yes, we will.
And all the sons of Jacob approached them and rose up to him. You know how they can be.
Oh,
and said unto them, give us back our servant.
Not so.
And why will you all die by the edge of the sword? And the Midianites cried out against them, and they drew their swords and approached to fight with the sons of Jacob. They didn't know these brothers.
Bad mistake.
And behold, Simeon rose up from his seat against him. Oh, there's that springing.
That's him.
And sprang upon the ground and drew his sword and approached the Midianites, and he gave a terrible, there it is, shout. Watch them shouts
That's it.
before them, so that his shouting was heard at a distance. They like lions.
Yes, yes, yes.
And the earth shook. Uh-oh, we're going to leave these folks
You
alone.
better get away.
As Simeon shouted. And the Midianites were terrified.
Yes,
Who wouldn't be?
right.
On account of Simeon and the noise of his shouting. And they fell upon their faces and were excessively alarmed.
Yes, yes.
That's what them Jacob's boys will do to
They
you.
were terrible.
And Simeon said unto them, verily, I am Simeon, the son of Jacob the Hebrew, who have only with my brother destroyed the city of Shechem and the cities of the Amorites. So shall Yah moreover do unto me, that if all your brethren, the people of Midian, and also the kings of Canaan were to come with you, they could not fight against me. Not against us.
He said,
No, no,
Me.
no.
Oh my.
I'll take you out.
all of them.
Father, restore in us a right spirit.
Hallelujah.
Father, restore in us the battle shout. Hallelujah in our souls. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Father.
Hallelujah.
The battle shout in our souls.
Hallelujah.
Now, therefore, give us back the youth whom you have taken, lest I give your flesh to the birds of the skies. There they were, and the beasts of the earth. Mhm. And the Midianites were more afraid of Simeon, and they approached the sons of Jacob with terror and fright, and with pathetic words, saying, surely you have said that the young man is your servant, and that he rebelled against you. Therefore, you placed him in the pit. What then will you do with a servant who rebels against his master? Now, therefore, sell him unto us, and we will give you all that you require for it. And the Most High was pleased to do this in order that the sons of Jacob should not slay their.
Amen. Amen.
They better be glad y'all was on their side of this transaction,
Mhm.
because Simeon wasn't playing. They was getting ready to go off with their heads.
Yes.
That's the way it is. And the Midianites saw that Joseph was of a comely appearance and well favored. They desired him in their hearts and were urgent to purchase him from his brother. And the sons of Jacob hearkened to the Midianites. And remember, the Midianites come up again because this is going to be Moses' father-in-law.
Yeah, yep.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Jethro was a
Jethro.
Midianite.
Mhm. Yeah.
And they were quite a bit of warriors too themselves.
Mhm.
And they sold their brother Joseph to them for 20 pieces of silver. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, sure.
And Reuben, their brother, was not with them, because remember, he was going to take him back home.
Mhm.
And the Midianites took Joseph and continued their journey to Gilead. Now remember, their plan was to sell him to the Ishmaelites.
Mhm.
These are the Midianites, and they are on their journey to Gilead. Okay, they were going along the road. Watch y'all. They were going along the road, and the Midianites repented of what they had done in having purchased the young man. And one said to the other, because they knew the story, that was not true.
Mhm.
What is this thing we have done in taking this youth from the Hebrews, who is of comely appearance and well favored? Perhaps this youth is stolen from the land of the Hebrews. And why then have we done this thing? And if he should be sought for and found in our hands, we shall die through him. Now surely hardy and powerful men have sold him to us. You hear that? Powerful, hardy, and powerful men have sold him to us. The strength of one of whom you saw this day. Oh, they just are talking on. Perhaps they stole him from his land with their might and with their powerful arm, and have therefore sold him to us for the small value which we gave unto them. And whilst they were, a while they were thus discoursing together, they looked, and behold, company here they come of Ishmaelites, because that's where y'all wanted him to go, with them to go to Egypt. He had a destination. Y'all got a destination. You got to understand that. There might be a lot of what do you call it when you have to go another way? What do you call them? When they put up signs and tell you that you can't use this road. You have to go another way. You know, there's a name for it.
Detours.
Detour. That's it. It may seem like a lot of detours going on, but y'all gonna get you where he wants you to go. Trust him. You hear me? All right. Thank you. And when they sold him, okay. It's all okay. Where am I in 2023? Yeah. And while they were discussing together, they looked to behold a company of Ishmaelites, which was coming at first. The ones that the brothers were sitting there thinking about giving them to. So that's where y'all wanted them to be. And which the sons of Jacob saw was advancing toward the Midianites. And the Midianites said to each other, come, let us sell this youth to the company of Ishmaelites. He's gonna get there anyhow. Who are coming toward us, and we will take for him the little that we gave for him, and we will be delivered from this evil. They knew, even they knew something was wrong here. And they did so. And they reached the Ishmaelites, and the Midianites sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for what? 20 pieces of silver. Wow, they collected. They giving up 20, not getting back that same 20. They get back 20.
Come on back.
Come on now. So they sold them for 20 pieces. So that 20 pieces is getting around. All right. All right. So which they had given for him, They had given him to buy him, and now the Ishmaelites kind of giving it back to him. And then given for him to his brother. And the Midianites went on their road to Gilead, and the Ishmaelites took Joseph, and they let him ride upon one of the camels. Now that's something, because hey, his demeanor. You have a demeanor about you.
You do. That's that inside.
See, when you go with the civil rights section, you got a demeanor about you there. But it's not the same demeanor as the children of Jasher. It's a different demeanor. You understand? When people see you, they can't make it out, but they know you're something special. You get that? You got to walk with that, understand it. So when little things happen, you don't get disturbed.
That's the way it is.
All right. And they were leading for him to where y'all wanted him to go. All right. For purpose. Y'all always has a purpose. You may not know it or understand it. Why are you going through what you're going through? But y'all has a purpose for it. Trust him. And Joseph heard that the Ishmaelites were proceeding to Egypt. And Joseph lamented and wept because he didn't know. Y'all didn't tell him the plan. Y'all don't tell us the plan. So he don't know the plan. All he knows is he's going far, far away from his family. Probably never going to see him again. So he was mourning and weeping and lamenting. He wept at this thing that he was to be so far removed from the land of Canaan, from his father, and he wept bitterly. Well, while he was riding upon the camel. You know, he put him on a camel. They could have made him walk. So even though we're going through tests and trials, y'all put some conditions, put a comfortable pad of some kind under there to keep you from cracking or breaking. You're gonna get there. Yes, it's hard. You're gonna cry, but he's not gonna let you get broken. You're not gonna get broken. He won't put any more on you than you can bear. And that's who y'all sent. Yahuwah sent the Holy Spirit. He's our comforter. He didn't say you weren't going to have no trials. He just said, I'm going to be with you. I'm going to comfort you. I'm going to lead and guide you in all truth. He didn't say you weren't going through no trials. And this is what I see in this story, that he's riding on a camel. I see that camel as the Holy Spirit. Yes, Lord, I'm with you always. I'm going to make a way for you, even in time of your troubles and trials and tribulation. I'm here. That's what he was telling Sister Leslie. Yeah, you feel like you're at the end of your rope, but guess who's standing there at the end of your rope? I'm here. And some people never course to the end of the rope. They still leave this world thinking they're somebody or they can handle their own business. But when they get to the end of your own rope, come on now. If you're one of his elect, he's standing right there. And one of the men observed him and made him go down from the camel and walk on foot. And notwithstanding, this Joseph continued to cry. Now it's a difference of handover. So now you got to walk. Oh, you got a nice comfy. You're still in mourning. Now you're mourning and you got to walk too. So now they made him go down and walk on foot. And notwithstanding this, Joseph continued to cry and weep. And he said, oh, my father, my father. And one of the Ishmaelites rose up and smote him. This is a different group now. They ain't so kind. They smote him. They hit him across the cheek, slapped his face. And still he continued to weep. And Joseph was fatigued in the road. Can you imagine what he's been through? And was unable to proceed on account of the bitterness of his soul. That's how bad it can get sometimes. I think trouble can be so bad. It could. You're like your soul inside of you is dying. You just don't have any wherewithal to go any further. And they all smote him now. Now they all gonna jump on him.
Yeah.
When you feel like you can't go no further and you at the end of your rope, they come to beat on you. Didn't they do that to you?
Yes, they did.
Didn't they do that? Has he made his way to Gethsemane?
Yes, he did.
From Gethsemane down to the whipping post and up. He was up all night. He had supped with his disciples. He went to pray. They went to Gethsemane and got him, drug him and threw him into prison, tried him in Caiaphas' place. He didn't get no sleep, no rest that whole night and day. He was tired. Don't forget the journey that he made when he went to Jerusalem the first time. He was standing there weeping for his children. Oh, how often would I have gathered you? But you wouldn't have none of it. You wouldn't do it. He was tired, y'all. And he wept tears of blood. His soul was embittered. His soul, and this is kind of what you see Joseph going through. How your world gets turned upside down overnight. You was happily going down the road looking for your brothers 1 minute. The next minute you're in a pit. And the next minute you're going down to Egypt as a slave. Yeah, he's tired. Not only physically, he's tired mentally and emotionally and spiritually tired. And he afflicted him in the road. They just beat on him. And they terrified him in order that he might cease from weeping. They wanted to stop that crying. You know why? Because that was something to them tears. They didn't want to hear it. They kept beating him to make him stop crying. And the Most High saw the ambition of Joseph and his trouble. Now, here's what you want to know. And the Most High brought down upon those men darkness and confusion. Yeah, let them beat. He only gonna let them beat so long. He gonna let them hurt you so long, y'all. Then he gonna come to your rescue. And this is what he did for Joseph. He covered them in darkness and confusion, and the hand of everyone that smote him became withered. You touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. No harm. Do you hear?
Touch me.
And the hand of everyone that smote him became wither. Y'all can, Yahusha healed it withered hands, and y'all can give a withered hand. Come on now.
Yeah, he did.
And they said to each other, what is this thing that Yah has done to us in the road? No matter where it is, he did it. And listen to this. They knew not that this befell them on account of Joseph. It was not told them. They ain't figured it out, and it wasn't told them. And the men proceeded on the road, and they passed along the road of Ephraim, where Rachel was buried. Oh, that's his mother.
Yeah.
And Joseph reached his mother's grave. You see how y'all got him going right by. Watch the signposts in the road of your troubles and your tribulation. Y'all got signposts there for you to let you know I'm with you.
Yes, yes.
He saw his mother, Rachel's grave, where she was buried. He reached out, and Joseph hastened to run and ran to his mother's grave and fell upon the grave and wept. Nothing she can do for you, though, son. Nothing your mother can do, your father can do. When y'all got a purpose in your life, you must traverse on.
Walk that walk.
And Joseph cried aloud upon his mother's grave and said, oh, my mother, my mother. O thou who didst give me birth, awake now and rise and see thy son, how he has been sold for a slave, and no one to pity him. Isn't that what happened to our people? Sold as slaves, had no one to pity us. We could only pity ourselves. But then we deserved it.
Yes, disobedience.
And rise and see thy son, weep with me on account of my troubles, and see the heart of my brethren. See what they've done to me. Look at their heart. Something how he's asking, look at my brother's heart. How could they do this to you? Haven't you ever just wondered how people could do things to you, lie on you, spread all kind of evil lies and things about you? And don't come back to repent. Don't come back and say, I'm sorry. Just keep going like it never happened. Well, that's what he was pondering. How could, these are my brothers. I know I'm kind of a pain in the neck.
What happened to him?
But does this mean that I got to go through this? I can imagine what his mind is just running and how much he's going to miss his Benjamin, his little young brother. What is he going to do without me being left with my own mean brothers? What's going to happen to him? And how my father's going to grieve? Oh, mom, come up out of this grave, and know what's come about to, of your son. Oh, rise and see me. I'm weeping on account of my troubles. Let me see my heart. See the heart of my brother. Arouse, my mother. Arose, arise, awake from thy sleep for me. And direct thy battles against my brother. He said, get up and fight against my brothers. They didn't done me wrong. Oh, get them. And how have they stripped me of my coat and sold me along twice for a slave and separated me from my father. And there is no one to pity me. Isn't that the truth? That's our story right there. It's also the story of Yahusha. Ain't nobody had no pity on him. You know, those who was with him, they abandoned him. Very few was left there to be with him in his suffering on that terrible day. Just a few women. That's it. I think John. Yakonan. Arouse and lay thy cause against them before Yah, and see whom Yah will justify in the judgment, and whom he will condemn. You know the word. Rise, O my mother, rise, awake from thy sleep, and see my father, how his soul is with me this day, and comfort him and ease his heart. And Joseph continued to speak these words. And Joseph cried aloud and wept bitterly upon his mother's grave. And he ceased speaking. And from bitterness of heart, he became still as a stone upon the grave. Have you ever cried so much you just don't have no more tears to cry?
Yes.
That's what he did.
Nowhere to go.
He has grieved. He has lamented. He has cried out. He had run out of juice. It's I believe that this beautiful poem of your story was befitting. We didn't even know. This is not a plane. This is the Holy Spirit.
Hallelujah.
When I looked at you and y'all said, Not knowing you had a poem.
Mm-mm.
So when you said it, I knew that he had. You had to know, y'all. You know, I
Hallelujah.
knew something was up,
Hallelujah.
and sure enough, there was something up already. And you set the pace for what we're talking about right now. Nobody could have engineered that but him. I don't read ahead. I told y'all that. I know this was the next part of the story. Thank you again.
Hallelujah.
All right. Arouse and lay that call. So he let's see where we at. So we was at 37. And Joseph heard a voice speaking to him from beneath the ground, which answered him with bitterness of heart and with a voice of weeping and praying in these words. My son Joseph, I have heard the voice of thy weeping and the voice of thy lamentation. I have seen thy tears. I know thy troubles, my son, and it grieves me for thy sake. An abundant grief is added to my grief. Now, therefore, my son Joseph, my son, hope to the Most High. Wait
Hallelujah.
for him
Hallelujah.
and do not fear, for the Most High is with thee. He will deliver thee from all trouble. Come on now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Rise, my
All
son.
trouble.
Go down unto Egypt. Come on, y'all. Oh, don't you feel the Holy Spirit moving across you right now? I got goosebumps everywhere. Hallelujah. Give him some praise. That's your Father. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
With thy masters.
Yes, yes.
Go on and rub it in, Mom. You know what you're talking about.
Hallelujah.
And do not fear, for the Most High is with thee, my son. And she continued to speak like unto these words unto Joseph.
Hallelujah.
And she was still. You don't think y'all can bring somebody's spirit to talk? Oh, yes, he can.
Yes, he can. Yes, he
Don't
can.
think that's no big deal.
No, no, no.
And the reason it was coming from the ground is because he was on the ground.
Yes.
That don't mean her spirit was in the ground.
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, she's not dirt no more. She's spirit. Huh?
Spirit. That's free.
And Joseph heard this, and he wondered greatly at this. And he continued to weep. And after this, one of the Ishmaelites observed him crying and weeping upon the grave, and his anger was kindled against him. And he drove him from there, and he smote him and cursed him. Cussed him out. You know. Joseph said unto the men, may I find grace in your sight to take me back to my father's house. Now, he just heard the message he was crying for. Don't we do that? It ain't the one we kind of want. You know what I mean? I mean, I appreciate you talking, but that ain't really what I want to do. I don't want to go with no masters nowhere. I want to go back home to daddy. What are you talking about?
Let me out of here.
Yeah. Ow! Ow!
Yeah. Let me go back home.
And so, oh my gosh. So Joseph said to the men, may I find grace in your sight? Take me back to my father's house. He'll give you abundance of riches.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have.
Yes, he would have.
And they answered him, saying, art thou not a slave? And where is your father? And if you had a father, you would not have already been twice sold for a slave for so much value. And their anger was still roused against him, and they continued to smite him, just beating poor Joseph, and to chastise him. And Joseph wept bitterly. He got mixed anger, frustration. He was mourning, lamenting. He all mixed in together.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High saw Joseph's affliction, and the Most High again smote these men. They ain't learned the first time with these withered hands. They still walking around there, hands all withered up, and they still ain't got the message. This is where people so thick-skulled. Again, he smote these men and chastised them, and Yahuwah caused darkness to envelop them upon the earth, and the lightning flashed. Listen at this, who do the lightning? Your father does. And the thunder roared.
Hallelujah. Yes.
A storm came up out of nowhere, huh?
Yes.
It's happening all over the earth right now. They say, I was just sitting on the beach. Next thing I know, the great wind came up and blew us all off the beach. Yeah, Kool-Aid, lemonade, and all the other aid you had. So the thunder, then the lightning flashed, the thunder roared, and the earth shook at the voice of the thunder and of the mighty wind, and the men were terrified and knew not where they should go. That was the roar of Jacob's boys. It was nobody but Yah himself speaking through them young boys. That wasn't their voice to make the earth shake like that. It was his presence. And the beasts and camels stood still. Huh?
Yeah. Calm.
Calm. What did they do that for? Think about it. All right. And they stood still and they led them, but they would not go. They said, wait a minute, don't you detect? It's like that Balaam's donkey. You know, he said, wait a minute. That's something. I see something you can't see. I ain't going past this age with the sword in his hand now. You beat me if you. Why you beat me? Because you ain't got discernment. People want to beat you because you can see the danger. They say, press on. What you talking about? Stop, you're not going. What's wrong with you? And you say, no, my father had in this. I can't go here with you. I'm not going over there. I'm not doing this. They'll think you crazy. You go on, but I ain't going. They'll beat you with their mouth. Look at that ignorant so-and-so. I told her she did all right to do, and then she's going to tell me her father. What father she talking about? This people is blind.
That's right.
Okay. So, camels had sense, and they led them, but they would not go. They smote them, and they crouched upon the ground. I ain't budging. Like I'm telling you.
That's it.
And the men said to each other, what is this that Yah has done to us?
Well,
they would have said, hey, God, but I would leave that alone. What are our transgressions? And what are our sins? Oh, you know about that, huh? You done messed up. That this thing has thus befallen us. What in the world have we done to cause this? Remember when Jonah was on the ship and the storm was coming up, and they said, wait a minute, they threw everything they could off. Something else is going on here. Now, what did we do to deserve this? And Jonah had to come say, they choose me. Throw me overboard. You're all right. So that's kind of what they're going through. What caused this storm? What is this coming from? And one of them answered and said unto them, listen to this. Perhaps on account of the sin of afflicting this slave. Now that could be
the answer to their problem.
As this thing happened. That's what they're asking now in this country and all over the world. It could be.
It's happening.
It ain't so much global warming, but what we done to Yah's children. We are experiencing all of these things. Somebody waking up. There's one eye closed. Somebody waking up. And you will continue to see. This is Yah telling you, Yehudi, Yashrealites, what your father intends to do with your oppressors on an ongoing basis. Look at it again. What are our sins that this thing has befallen us? And one of them answered, somebody got some sense, and said unto them, perhaps on account of the sin of afflicting. Now it's a sin to afflict Yah's children. Amen. I said it's a sin to afflict the children of Yah. Now, right. Hello there, anybody listening? And there are repercussions for your sins.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So this slave, has this thing happened this day to us? Somebody, I could get some sense. So it's the sin of afflicting the slave. Not only any slave. Yah, people.
Yes, it is.
Is this why this has happened to us today? Yes. You got it. Bingo. You won the twirl on the wheel. Bam. Now, therefore, implore him strongly to forgive us. Oh, yeah. It wants some help now. And then we shall know on whose account this evil befalleth us. You ain't figured it out, you're still guessing. And if Yah shall, or Elohim would be probably proper, shall have compassion over us, then we shall know that all this cometh to us on account of the sin of afflicting the slave. You might have known it. And the men did so, and they supplicated Joseph and pressed him to forgive them. That's what they're gonna do, y'all. Y'all oppressors gonna beg your forgiveness. They're gonna fall on their face. Get the knees. They're gonna fall on their face. Because this world is getting, you think it's rough. It's just peeling off a little at a time.
Yes, it is.
Because we still here. So you don't hit it all at once. Can you imagine when you lift off? Bam! Everything coming. What? Chaos is coming here like you've never seen. And the men did so, and they supplicated Joseph, pressed him to forgive him. And they said, "We have sinned to the Most High and to thee. Now, therefore, vouchsafe to request of thy Yah, or thy Elohim, that he shall put away this death from amongst us, for we have sinned to him."
Yes, you did.
Yes, you have out there, all you oppressors, all you haters out there.
Yes,
oh, yes, you have. Oh, yes, you shall pay, and you are paying right now with your hides, and it's going to get worse. And Joseph did according to their words, and the Most High hearkened to Joseph. See, listen to us, folks.
Yes, he will.
And the Most High put away the plague. See that? But we ain't praying no plagues away. You in trouble. We ain't praying nobody's plague away. Oh, please. No.
Mother, you something else.
I ain't praying the drought in California when I live in California. Duh. Because I know y'all gonna provide me some water from somewhere. I don't care what's going on in here. I just throw my head back and roar because I know it's my Father doing what he said he's gonna do. Now, don't you sit up there and go, "Okay, honey, come on, I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray to get the fire stop." You better not. You be going right against your Father. I said, I can't pray the fire stop now. I pray you fall on your knees and repent. I pray that you can do that. I pray y'all will hear you because that's all I can do. Because he may not hear you. Don't make no promises you can't keep. He know who is his own. He gonna save his own. Don't worry about that. He gonna save his own. Some of these folks look like us ain't his own. And he ain't saving none of them. Stop wasting your breath.
Hallelujah.
They don't want him. They don't want you either. They don't want themselves, so they can't even marry each other. They don't even want them. They don't even want their own mothers. They can't even marry a woman look like them. So something wrong with them. Let them go. Let them go. And he inflicted upon those men on account of Joseph. And what? He afflicted upon them, our oppressors, on account of us. And the beast rose up from the ground and they conducted them. They're now we'll go.
Yes.
And they went on, and the raging storm. I said, you just see the raging storms they've been going out of nowhere. Tearing up everything. Roofs of houses falling up, flying over there.
Tornado.
Bikes, cars, people can't walk the street. They're blowing all up the street.
Yes.
Raging storm.
Yeah.
Raging storm abated, and the earth became tranquilized. And a shock. He said to the storm, "Peace, be still." And the men proceeded on their journey to go down to Egypt. I got some, now that's straightening out now.
Shaped up.
Y'all straight here. Listen, don't worry about your enemy. Don't have to worry about fighting. Your Father straighten your enemies out.
Oh, he will.
Better than you could ever do.
Yes.
And the men knew that this evil had befallen them on account of Joseph. And these men will today will know. Will know. It's taking these folks a long time. Some are getting it.
Yeah.
And some are asking their people to repent. But they ain't got a heart to repent. Y'all ain't gave it to them. See, if y'all don't give people a heart to repent, it's just words. They can't repent. Don't you understand? That's the spirit of Yah that gives the heart to repent. That's a spirit.
That's the spirit. Amen.
And you can say all day that you're sorry.
Mhm.
And y'all don't hear none of it. Because he knows it's not real. It's not coming from the right place. He says, man, look at the outer appearance, but I look at the heart.
That's right.
I see where you're coming from. You're trying to get out from under your troubles. You're trying to get your land back. You're trying to get this hail to stop dropping on your crops and killing it. You're trying to get the winds to stop destroying your silos and all your grains going everywhere. You're trying to get the floods to stop flooding up your grounds, and so you can put your next harvest in. I know what you want, but you ain't getting it.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
So they found out what it was. Let us let's see, behold now that it was on account of the affliction of the evil befell us. Now therefore why shall we bring this death upon our souls?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that. Death to your souls.
You bring it on
I
yourself.
want to say that loud and clear. Death to your
your
souls.
soul. Yes, yes. Don't want to die.
For every hater of y'all's people, death to your soul.
Mm-hmm. It's coming.
Death
Yes, yes.
to you and yours. Death.
That's it.
Let us hold counsel what to do with this slave. You better hold some counsel.
Mm-hmm.
You better get some reparations out of that treasury. You giving it to all these other folks coming out of Ukraine and everybody else. You didn't want to give us no reparations, and this is the country that was built on my ancestors' back. Oh, you gonna pay. You may not do it voluntarily, but y'all know how to get them coffers, honey, open up them banks and take every dime you think you got. Ain't gonna do it too.
Hallelujah.
And one answered again and said, behold, this counsel is very good. Yes, good. If they had any sense in this country, they'd have been and gave us that money.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not. It's like Pharaoh. They're not given that because y'all wants to punish them in the most dramatic way.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
That's it.
Behold,
That's
this
right.
counsel is very good, but we cannot do so, for the way is very far from us, and we cannot go out of our road. And one, so they were saying we should. Let's go back. I'm missing something. Let's go back up because I think I missed some verses. I'm gonna start back at 50. And one answered and said, surely he told us to bring him back to his father. Okay, so I missed the rest. Now therefore come, let us take him back, and we will go to the place that he will tell us, and take from his family the price that we gave for him, and we will then go away. So then we're talking about returning him to his family.
That was good.
And one answered again and said, behold, this counsel is very good, but we cannot do so, for the way is very far from us, and we cannot go out of our road. And one more answered and said unto them, this is the counsel to be adopted. We will not swerve from it. Now this will sound like Judah.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do this one. Behold, we are this day going to Egypt. And when we shall come to Egypt, we will sell him there at a high price, and we will be delivered from this evil. So now he's saying, no, we're going to haul him off, take it and sell him for a high price. And this thing pleased the men, and they did so. So we can get some money out of it and get rid of him too. And they continued their journey to Egypt with Joseph.
Yes.
That's because it was Yah's will. The counsel, the last counsel was the counsel Yah prescribed.
Yes.
They thought it was their own doings. These decisions people making nowadays, what they should do, when they should go, should they fight, should they not fight, should they go to war, should they not go to war? They don't understand what they're talking about. Yah is in this. This is Yah's plan. Don't get bothered.
He's stirring it up.
And whose side are you taking? I ain't taking nobody's side because all of y'all for the demons. I ain't care about either side. Don't get it twisted here. If you're looking for somebody to feel sorry for Ukraine over here, forget it. You ain't getting none out of me. Anybody feel sorry for my ancestors, dragging them out of Africa and dragging them over here on ships, and half of them dying before they could get here, laying in their own feces and vomit? Are you crazy? Did somebody give them a lift? They had a lift right into a plantation, treated like worse than their cattle. And you want me to feel sorry for somebody? I don't want I don't have it in me. It's not there. Y'all didn't put that in me. I ain't gonna try to fake it so I can make it. I don't feel a thing. I'm so cold when it comes to all that suffering y'all doing over there. Suffer on. Yeah, you don't know what suffering means yet. You're gonna find out. Oh, but the blue-eyed blind people are suffering. They shouldn't be suffering. Oh, too bad. Too bad. What you want me to do? Grab another one of your little white babies and stick them to my breast and feed them or something? What's wrong with you? That day over. I ain't breastfeeding your paps no more. My paps ain't feeding none of yours no more. It's dried up for you. Oh yeah. It's your turn now to suffer. Pancake split. You can hate, rob, steal, and kill and destroy. That's all the devil knows how to do anyway. You can't run from this one. You ain't gonna massacre nobody out of this one. You gonna suffer this one. This one is for you. I love it. Y'all is so good.
Hallelujah.
Oh yeah, this one's for you, honey. This is for you. For all the rotten,
Hallelujah.
rotten you do. For your KKK cops and all the rest of them. For all of your military, all of your junk and trash that you done spewed out on this earth, defecating it with your madness, with your anger, with your thievery, with your murderous thoughts and ideas. 88% of white crime on crime. Y'all always trying to push us up there to the top. Y'all have got more crime on crime than we could ever imagine. Y'all always like to make us the fall guy. But you know what? You the fall guy now. And you ain't really the fall guy. You the guy. Every time I use the word guy, it's for you. That's the only time I use guy. It's for you. I don't use that word, but for you, it fit perfectly.
That's it. That don't
Grotesque.
No,
You're grotesque in my sight as a nation of my oppressors.
That's filthy communication.
And that doesn't mean I don't have people with white faces that I love. I have family members that I love them. But I'm talking about the overall Caucasoid evil that's penetrated this earth, and now it's destroying it. So y'all gonna destroy you before you can destroy it. Not my plan, but I'm with it 100%. Yay, yay, yay. Hallelujah. I'm his cheerleader. All right. So it's shish kumbah, whatever it is. Do your shish kebab, whatever it is. So happy. I was just saying that sounds like that song they used to say. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm like a girl on a bicycle. I can take your song now. I'm gonna sing your songs.
Oh my goodness, tickle me.
Rain, I'm singing in the rain. Glory Spirit, I'm happy again.
Mother, you something else.
I take their songs, they Broadway too. Yeah, that's right.
I love it.
I love it too. We're done.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
I love you all so much.
Amen.
And anybody got their hand up? Anybody want to say anything? I see one. Sister Candace.
It's so funny because your screen is frozen and your mouth is wide open. How you think?
My screen is frozen?
Yep, on my end it is.
My screen.
I was just agreeing. Now my thumbs up.
Thank you. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
All right, you moving again.
Everybody got a thumbs up?
Was that a thumb up?
Oh, here comes Renee. Here comes Renee. Late, but she's here. Welcome, Renee. Good old time, Renee.
Better late than never, huh?
We having a party. Yes, Tracy. You got thumbs up? Or you want to say something? Oh, okay. It's thumbs up. All right. I love it. Everybody having a good time. Didn't we have a good time?
Yes.
Isn't it good to be on the Renaissance for change? Isn't it good to know that the Creator is our Father? They show messed up, didn't they? They show messed
Didn't
up.
tell us we was loyal.
Yeah, all them beaches and communities and all these wonderful places you go for vacation. Y'all just tearing them up.
Yeah.
We went up there and it started. I knew something was gonna happen. They went there to ski and all the snow started coming down. I said, I could have told them don't go up there. I could have told them. They don't listen. Want to go camping? The bears come out and eat them. I tell you, you need to stay out. Stay home. Oh, never mind, because the fire's gonna take you out. Or the snow's gonna smoke. Never mind. Go wherever you want.
Oh,
You ain't gonna make it either way it goes. Nope. You know, so they got the pandemic. They don't want to talk about it no more. What's the name? The macaroni? The macaroni, honey, is taking folks out.
the macaroni.
Macaroni. Welcome, sister Renee. The macaroni is devastating people. I don't know what they're trying to hide it for. You're gonna see more butchers and more nurses and more of us out doing some of everything now. We're gonna be it.
Okay. Right.
All the ones who wouldn't give you work, treat you bad on the job, you start watching them some of them jobs. God's fixing it. They ain't gonna need us. Hey, this time we ain't gonna be slaves with no money. We're gonna get $1 for every hour we work. Because ain't gonna be too many more other people you can get. Okay. Don't tell me y'all won't fix it. We just got to read. He will send darkness and confusion.
Yes.
Father, bring the darkness and confusion upon the heads of our enemies. Oh, Father, thank you.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
They've been confused already, but I'm being, I want dramatic. Yes.
And Joseph dreamed that he would be the overseer over his brothers. He would be the ruler over his brothers. All of them brothers was older than he was, and he had that dream. And that came to pass in Egypt. He was the second.
We're on our way today.
He was the second.
We're on our way. We're on our way. We ain't got there yet, brother. I know it's your birthday and all, but just
you were there. That dream was something.
Happy birthday, Pop Waiter.
Right there.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you. So
don't give me the singing happy birthday.
Hallelujah. Thank you. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah. Bless his heart.
I use a birthday every day.
Yeah. All right. So
I live like that.
Anyway, that's enough of that.
That's my birthday.
So Papa's 84 or 85?
84.
Okay.
And Mama, I'll be 70.
Well, you don't have to tell it all.
I'm the oldest in the group, and next to my husband is me. And April 3rd is my birthday. And I will.
How old will you be?
75. Beautiful years old.
Okay.
I've had a good life and will continue to have one. And the reason I will is because I have put my complete trust in you.
Come on now.
I love him with all my heart, mind, and soul. So I ain't worried about 75. 75 better be ready for me.
Come on now. Love it.
I got some stuff for 75 because I got my MSM now from Sister Joanne. And I'm ready. So I'm going to let you all go. We've had a beautiful time together.
Yes.
I love you. And Renee, we love you. We missed you. Is Donna there with her horn?
Donna, you want to blow your shofar? She said, I got it right here.
She said, I got it right here. We'll let her. We'll have her close it.
On May 1st, she'll be 71.
Oh, just a
wow.
I don't know who. Yeah, and I'm telling you, I don't know where she get them lungs from, because every time I pick up that thing, I'll be like, and she told me a story. She told me a story about her sister. Her sister had a house full of them years ago. And she would go in her house and people would say, well, what is this? And nobody knew what it was. So she blew it. She picked it up and blew it. And her sister said, nobody ever blew it before. We didn't know it made noise. So it was like the very first time she blew it. I was like, wow.
That's so funny because that shows you how far away from our heritage we have fallen. We got our own ram's horns and didn't know they made.
Didn't know they made noise.
Yeah, ram horns in our memory. I mean, that's bad.
Let me come in there. Hold on. Let me bring you on in here.
Yeah, go ahead. Sister Joanne, go ahead.
Hold on, not yet.
Yes, okay. Sister Joanne got something to say. Go ahead.
Let Joe.
Wait.
Yes.
Enjoy your orange roughy. I like it too.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna fix him some in a minute for his birthday.
Oh, I want some.
Oh, I'm sorry. And if you were here, you could have some. I don't want to tease you with it.
Oh, I love orange roughy.
And I'm gonna make him some fresh broccoli. I got some broccoli in there. I'm gonna clean up and cook for him.
All right, you ready to blow?
And what else?
Okay.
I might make some mashed potatoes.
Whatever you make is good.
All right, that's enough.
Orange
roughy. I love garlic potatoes with fish. So good in it. With butter. All right. All right. I love you all. And we're gonna have oh Father, we just love you so. Tangela, where you at? Are you come up here? Where you at? Tracy, have you ever dismissed us?
I'm here, Mother.
I want somebody to dismiss us, but you gotta be on video.
Oh, I can't do that.
All right, next time. That's all right.
Yeah,
because it's kind of funny. Nobody can see nobody when you know how it is when you're out there looking at it on YouTube. You don't know who's talking, nobody's house. So who haven't done it that wants to do it? I like the people to volunteer. Feel like in your soul, I can do some prayer. Do you, Tracy? All right, she's not quite there yet. That's all right. No,
I'm not there yet.
I mean, I can pray this one out. No. Birthday boy, you want to do it, honey?
Yes.
Yeah, let's give him the honor.
And we'll blow the shofar after he
and after that, the shofar will.
I want to do this.
Oh, he want to do something.
Uh-oh.
I can recommend somebody.
All right now.
I can tell it like
I love you, Nicole, up there. Where my baby at?
Where the baby at, Nicole?
Finally sleeping.
Oh, that's fine.
I hope I'm not a distraction because it's only when I'm sitting down to read the Bible or doing something, that's when he wants all of my attention.
Oh, I love seeing it.
So that's why you see me moving around a lot.
We love you. That's what
that's how it happens.
Keep him right there. You'd be surprised. Yeah, he's like a little sponge. All right, darling, go ahead.
My birthday wish is my birthday desire is this. And now unto him that is able to keep you from falling, or me, and present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceedingly joy. To the only wise Yah, our Yah, salvation be glory and majesty, dominion and power, both now and ever. Amen. Amen.
Hallelujah. Yeah.
I recommend him. They made it 4 years. He kept me. Hallelujah.
Yeah, he gonna keep it 85 and all.
Happy anniversary.
You're 85 now. I forgot already. Wait, I don't be good. Y'all keep us from year to year, don't he? So we get the glory. All right. Did you pray? You want to pray or something?
Pray.
Please. That was it? All right. Then we're gonna say goodnight.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Beautiful. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Donna. We're in the house. Right now we got the face of Renee. Oh, and Donna in the glasses. You can reflect off the glasses. All right, love you all. It's
Don't keep
12
doing
o'clock.
it.
12 o'clock there, so get some sleep. We love you all very much.
Love you too.
All of you,
Bye.
we love you, family.
All right.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you. Good night.
Yes.
Bye.